What's up? So number one thing I'm going to start off this video with before we go to the gym, workout, and I show you a couple of my meals because I've already had one meal today, which I will throw on the screen. And then I've also done my 1 hour of fasted cardio. I'm currently at around 2,000 to 3,000 steps for the day. So we got to get to that 10K steps. But 13 weeks out, 6 days, looking pretty lean. Morning weight today was 177 pounds, 0, which makes absolutely no sense. Let me show you guys my workout split and break it down. Okay, so with me I have a whiteboard and I'm gonna break this down in the simplest of terms that someone that doesn't even have a brain would understand. And if you still can't understand, DM me on Instagram and I'll feel free to answer all of your lovely questions. So I run a full body every day. Not every other day, like actually every day. So 5 to 6 days a week. It really just depends how my schedule is. And it is really up to me to decide. And essentially how it works is it's not all full body every day, but it's my weak points every day, which is essentially my entire body. So this is how it's broken down. We have full body A and full body B. I even did it in 2 different colors so you would understand it easier. Monday is full body A. So I'm gonna hit hamstrings, biceps, chest, side delts, and upper back traps. Now, the exercise selection, I decide, right? So typically it's seated hamstring curls, a preacher curl, or a behind the back cable curl unilateral because I have a bicep imbalance. If you have any form of imbalance, just do unilateral movements. Start with your weaker side, match it with your stronger side. It's not that complicated. We do chest. For chest, I do 2 movements. So instead of doing incline chest press, 2 sets, 2 working sets, and then calling it a day, I like to do 1 set of like an incline press. And so like incline Smith machine press, incline chest press, like whatever, 1 set of incline and then 1 working set of some form of fly for just like the mid and lower chest, but I just do pec deck for 1 set. So yeah, instead of doing 2 sets for 1 exercise, I split them up into 1 set and then 2 different exercises. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And then side delt, very easy, cable lateral raises, seated machine lateral raises. Upper back / trap. Either do Kelser shrugs or upper back row. Now, fawns, why is this the order? Because it's my freaking weak points. So we really wanted to grow my hamstrings this prep, so we start off with hamstrings because you want to start off with what you're lacking to give yourself the most attention whenever you have the less amount of fatigue, aka CNS fatigue, central nervous system. And so yeah, that's why we start like this. And then yeah, my back is pretty well developed. I have pretty good shoulders. We give attention to the full body number 2, Tuesday. Start off with adductor. If you don't know what that is, you're probably a moron. So it's basically your inner sweep of your leg. On lats, same thing with the chest exercise that I split it in 2. I also do it for the lats. So I'll do 1 set of a seated lat row, and then I'll do 1 set of lat pull downs, maybe 2 sets. It really just depends. I can recover. I'm like that. You're not. Cry about it. Anyways, triceps. I also do the same thing. So I'll do 1 set of a push down with a cable with my EchoVision cuff, code FAWNS to save you 15% off. And then I'll do like 1 set of dips or like 1 set of a JM press, maybe 2 sets. I don't know. It really just depends. And then I do quads. My quads are a pretty good strong point, but I want to have bigger legs, so I throw them in there. Technically, I'm supposed to do rear delts before because my rear delts are lacking more than my quads, but I don't care. Rear delts suck, and so I like doing quads more. So, essentially, this is, we say full body because I'm doing legs, upper body, whatever, but it might be more close to an interior, posterior type of vibe. Again, it doesn't matter if you think the name matters that much. You're annoying. Anyways, so, full body A, full body B. They're completely opposite muscle groups. Frequency is there. Let's say I'm working out 6 days a week. So I'm gonna do 2 working sets for all of these muscle groups. So, what am I gonna hit Wednesday? You guessed it. The same muscle groups from Monday, but different exercise selection for a different form of stimulus. So instead of doing the seated hamstring curl, lying hamstring curl, preacher curl, hammer curl, whatever, like it doesn't matter that much. It's the same muscle groups, just different exercises. You pick progressive overload, maintain the consistency over them, you're gonna grow, right? And so this is gonna be Wednesday, this is gonna be Thursday. So I don't really like working out more than 4 days in a row because I'm just tired at that point. So then I'll take a rest day. But if I wanna do 3 days and then take a rest day, I can. Again, it's not that serious. 4 days in a row, you rest, and then Friday, you just begin it again. And then boom, yeah, just if you're working out 6 days a week, I'm just gonna go 4, stop, 4, stop, 4, stop. But let's say I'm working out 5 days a week. So what is going to happen is this is going to do twice and then 3 times. So these muscle groups are going to have a 3 times frequency, right? But Tuesday is only going to have a 2 times frequency because it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and this is going to be Tuesday, Thursday. And then Saturday, Sunday are rest days. So what do you do then? The one that you're doing only twice frequency, you're going to do 3 working sets for all the muscle groups because it really doesn't matter the frequency itself as long as volume is spread apart accordingly. So as long as we, plan ahead, hey, we're only going to work out 5 days this week, so we're going to do a little bit more volume on these days to make sure everything is balanced. Great. Working out 6 days a week, it's not that serious. All right, so that's my workout split. Hopefully that makes sense. Then I make sure to do abs 3 times a week, calf 3 times a week. Again, that's going to be at the beginning of my workouts before I even start all of this, just because I'm trying to prioritize growing my abs and also growing my calves. They're lacking for my show. I also do vacuum training. A lot of people ask, how do you get a better vacuum? Well, you freaking do it a lot. And then also 10,000 steps a day, and then I do 1 hour of fasted cardio a day. That's what we're looking like 13 weeks out and 6 days. Let's head to the freaking gym. Pre-workout meal is just 150 grams of bananas with 10 grams of honey and also some cinnamon just for some sweetness. Yeah, let's go to the gym. I also drink EAAs with my pre-workouts to make sure I'm stimulating protein synthesis while I work out. But hopefully this makes sense. Now let's go work
I'm feeling very lightheaded right now, and I'm supersonic, but it doesn't seem like that right now. I can feel it in my attention. Do you like the way I'm speaking to you? Do you hear me? And my tongue is pretty tied up from the sequin, like a bottom thing. Like seriously, do you hear me? Dancing by myself, I'm taking pictures of your homeboys. Don't know which way I'm going, cause I lost my sense of knowing. My head is getting dizzy. Maybe it's cause I'm fucking tipsy. And I'm pretty tipsy. So fucking tipsy. And I'm pretty showing up a storm in your toilet. Oh fuck, damn it. And I had you sweatshirt on, and I don't think you want it back after I did this. Fuck it. And I'm losing a circle, so shake your was fucking here, but I didn't get the chance to tell you I did all this shit because I'm tipsy. Fucking tipsy. And I'm pretty
Okay, we're back home from the gym. No physique update today. I'm sorry, I'm gatekeeping y'all. I'm teasing y'all. I'm goon. As soon as I get home from the gym, typically I bring it in my gym funnel, but I always have a scoop of protein powder. So that's what I'm drinking right now. That's the only thing I have post-workouts currently on 1,700 calories, still managing to hit around 200 grams of protein a day, around 60 to 70 grams of carbs right now, and then 50 to 60 grams of fats. But yeah. Oh, Fonz, are you drinking your protein shake because of the anabolic window? Shut the fuck up. Essentially, since you're on very low calories, if you deplete your body from protein for a very long time, you can risk atrophying. So a lot of people are like, oh, aggressive mini cutting. You can't be on that low of calories. How are you going to build muscle? How are you gonna lose muscle if you do that for too long? That's why we're making sure we're stimulating protein motherfucking synthesis the whole freaking time. We're gonna have protein an hour before we go to bed, because obviously we're not eating because we're sleeping. Nobody eats while they're asleep. And then we wake up, and 30 minutes within waking up, we're already having protein. So yeah, have your protein throughout the day, space it out. Protein synthesis, grow. No protein synthesis, small. Make sense? Yeah, that's why I'm drinking this. Yeah, because after a workout, I've been 2 hours without, or 3 hours-ish without having any protein. So you want to make sure you're going to have a scoop of protein. And I also have EAAs with my pre-workout, which are just essential amino acids that are going to stimulate protein synthesis throughout my workout. Anyways, I'm going to go take my dog on a walk, get a couple steps in, and I'll catch y'all later or not. We'll see. Not my last meal of the day, but it is currently 6 p.m. We're going to head to the grocery store to make a couple TikToks and make a few grocery hauls, diet hacks for you guys. But before we do that, we're right now at 8,000 steps, so we're almost at 10K. I'm sure we'll hit it at the grocery store. This is my second to last meal, I guess. Without counting like little snacks, but those are just like snacks. I mean, is like fruit, EAAs, and gum. I guess that's not even a snack. This is pretty delicious. Honestly, like, I don't mind the food I eat. I just wish it was more. So we got some kiwis, strawberry, then we have 5 ounces of chicken. So yeah, very easy, very simple. Eat your fruits, eat your vegetables, stay safe. Jesus loves you, God loves you. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me on Instagram. That's probably the easiest way I can answer. And also, if you see TNF, make sure you comment on his videos. Give Fonzo carbs. Peace out, guys. Thank you guys for the support. I love you guys. Beautiful.